Hey friends, I'm excited to share an opportunity coming up with us that I would encourage us individually and as a church to get excited about and to participate in. Um, if you weren't aware of it, this year Easter falls on March 31st, and so I want you to be thinking about that already. And right around the corner, I want you to be thinking about who you can invite to a church and who you can share that morning with, and maybe even invite over and share a meal with you and your family. I think that would be amazing. But the 40 days leading up to Easter is there's a long-standing tradition within the church that's been practiced by many followers of Christ for a long time. It's believed that Lent and the idea of Lent really began in 325 AD after the Council of Nicaea. And the idea of Lent is taking 40 days to really think about and to participate in anticipation of what Jesus did. And so it's a way to identify with Christ and his suffering. It's a way and an opportunity for us as individuals and as a church to, it's about making personal sacrifices. Often that's done with fasting from particular foods, and then taking the opportunity that to be more intentional, with our prayer life and just to think about him more. And so it's all of those things. It's identifying with him. It's personal sacrifice, and really it's about being intentional with our time and really creating intentional space leading up to Easter to draw closer to him. And so I want to encourage us and challenge us, first of all, challenge us as individuals to be thinking about, okay, what's one thing that I can do during those 40 days, which begins February 14th, leading up to Easter. What's one thing I can fast from? So maybe it's a particular food that really brings you great enjoyment. Maybe it's a meal, one meal a day, or maybe it's a certain amount of days during that time. Maybe I've heard of people that fast from sugar. Some people fast from the news. Some people fast from social media. Really, there's lots of room and creative ways in which we can set ourselves apart in that way and be intentional. So I would encourage you to be thinking about that. Okay, what's one thing that I can do to be intentional during those 40 days? And then also wanted to make us aware of, too, as a church, a couple of cool things that we're going to be doing together. I would encourage everyone to download the Harbor Life app. If you've not downloaded it yet, you can download it where you find your where you find your apps for your phone, Google Apps or Google Play, or with the Apple Store, and where you download the apps, you can do that. And then we're going to start a 40-day reading plan on February 14th, and so that's a great way to participate in this together. And then also I would encourage you in those 40 days too to visit our Facebook page, because on our Facebook page too, we'll share a devotional post or devotional thought on that season, and just a way to encourage us to get closer to Christ as we anticipate that big day, March 31st, and the resurrection. And it's going to be great. So thank you guys for participating in Lent, and I'm excited to hear the stories of what Jesus is going to do during those 40 days.